and welcome to another Resources Rising Stars Conference, now from the Helm series live here in Sydney. I'm Grady, Wulff, market analyst with Bell Direct, and I'm so thrilled today to be joined by Patrick Duffy, Managing Director of Sunstone Metals, which is a mineral exploration company listed on the ASX with world-class assets in gold and copper in Ecuador. Patrick, Ecuador.
Yes,
mining,
great.
how's it different to Australia?
Very different, much bigger in scale, but amazing opportunities, and we have two world-class projects that you mentioned, copper and gold, and in time they'll be huge mining assets producing hundreds of thousands of ounces of gold and copper.
Wow, so way above sea level, which is really exciting. But the Limon's project in South Ecuador looks like a massive big gold discovery. How does it compare to other gold discoveries you've seen? And can you give us an update on this asset and plans for it?
Yeah, so Limon is a very nice epithermal system that we've been drilling for the last 12 to 18 months. Next year we expect to put out a maiden resource. I expect at least 1 million ounces, but high grade, quite similar maybe in terms of profile to WA, but a key part of our much bigger Bramaderos project.
Speaking of the Bramaderos project, how does Limon fit in, and what are the whole scopes of the whole project?
Yeah, so Bramaderos, we already have a resource of 2.7 million ounces.
It's a lot of ounces.
We expect to grow that to over 10 million ounces, and Limon is a really key part of that story. Over time it will evolve into a major processing centre in southern Ecuador.
And the mill will be on site or close to site?
Expect initially maybe a 3-4 million tonne processing facility, but we'll grow to a 15 to 20 million tonne process plant there.
And do you have a timeline to this, what the outlook is for this?
Yeah, I expect we'd be ready to sort of have, we'd have feasibility studies ready in the next 4 to 5 years.
Wow, so we're looking pretty good, we're on track.
Yeah, amazing opportunity.
Not only in the southern Ecuador area, but in northern Ecuador you have the El Palma project.
Yeah.
Now, what does this comprise and what's the outlook for that project?
Yeah, so we've just put out recent news, maiden resource, 1.2 million ounces, but more importantly, part of a exploration target of 15 to 45 million ounces.
Wow.
So nothing you will see in Australia of that scale. It's very similar characteristics to Boddington, which is premier gold mine in WA, but that's now working through stages of development, but I anticipate that'll be a huge multi-decade gold and copper mine there at El Palma.
Now, gold and copper are the two commodities we want to hear right now, so it's a really good place to play in. And Sunstone has said they're in partnership talks right now. What does this mean, and what do you hope to achieve in these discussions?
Yeah, so we let the market know a couple of months ago. We've been in discussions with a number of parties, and I just got back from site visits to Ecuador, but looking to bring a joint venture partner in for one or both projects, but looking to accelerate the progress of the projects and also help solve the sort of funding equation for Bramaderos and El Palma.
And so how successful have these talks been so far? Is anyone really interested?
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's positive progress, and in 2025, hopefully we'll have some really exciting news there.
Now, with like all-in sustaining costs you need to consider and different elements of high-grade gold and copper, well, how does it differ in Ecuador versus Australia? I know we have cost elements and regulations and laws.
Yeah.
What's the legal
major appeal about Ecuador is, one, energy is half the cost of what we pay in Australia, and labour costs are a quarter of what we pay in Australia.
Wow.
So if you took an Australian mine and put it into Ecuador, it'd be half the operating costs.
Wow.
So both projects I expect would be producing 400,000 to 500,000 ounces per annum at a sort of all-in sustaining cost I would expect sort of $1,000, $1,200 per ounce.
That's very low cost, especially for the listed environment right now. I know a lot are in a higher because we've got inflationary environments.
Right. Gold's now over $4,000 Aussie, so it's a pretty exciting time.
It's a great time to be in gold and copper. Patrick, thank you for your time today, Sunstone Metals. We hope you enjoyed that episode of From the Helm. I'm Grady Wulff, and if you did enjoy it, be sure to subscribe to the Bell Direct YouTube channel to stay up to date with all commentary, insights and exclusive interviews like the one we just did.